Hi guys, it is Thursday, April 20th. I am on my way. I just finished work, ran home, took a quick shower. We do not actually have a shower in our house. We have one bathroom with one bathtub because it's a really old house. So I had to shower off in the bathtub. So I'm on my way to the chiropractor now. Run. But I'm so excited to go to the chiropractor. It's been 3 weeks and I feel it. My back is unhappy. Sorry. Trying to get on the road. Yes, and this is the first time I ever wore this sweatshirt. I actually bought this off of eBay. It kind of reminds me of Alice in Wonderland, but it's not. I got it on eBay and I didn't know that it was shipping from like China or Japan or something where all the sizes are super small. So this is actually a 2XL when I was a 2XL. And it did not fit. I could not get it on. And now it fits, but then I got this problem going on. Look at my wrist. There's it's like a 3/4 length sleeve. But it's so cute I had to at least wear it once. But it doesn't have a front pocket. All hoodies should have a pocket to hide crap in. I don't know why it doesn't. But yes, I'm on my way to my appointment and hopefully my back will feel good because especially after they were digging around in physical therapy yesterday, I mean that felt good, but now I am so sore. And if you are new to this channel and you haven't seen my other channel, maybe I'll explain what is wrong with my back. I was born with partial sacralization, which I did not know what this was. I didn't know I had it until a couple of years ago when I had some x-rays, MRIs, and stuff done. Which partial sacralization means that my bottom vertebrae is partially fused to my sacrum or my butt bone. So all of the pressure that, would normally go from that joint bending goes to the one above it. And that one, I don't remember which vertebrae it is, and the one above it have bulging discs. So one of my bulging discs is getting worse and worse, and it now bulges out and then loops down, the bulge does, and that is pressing against my nerves. So, excuse me. I have been in urgent care a couple times. I've been in the emergency room. The time that I ended up in the emergency room, it was horrible. I woke up in the middle of the night and I had to go pee. My bathroom is maybe 10 steps away from my bedroom, and I got halfway there and I heard my back crack loudly, and I couldn't move. I didn't think I'd be able to get to the bathroom or even back to my bedroom. I got back to my bedroom and collapsed onto my bed and I could not move. I was screaming and crying, and I don't cry. I broke my finger. I had to have 3 pins put in it, and I didn't go to the doctor for 3 days, and I kept trying. I thought it was dislocated. I kept trying to put it back in the right spot. So if I'm crying out of pain, it is bad, let me tell you. And I didn't even know what to do. It was 3 or 4 in the morning, something like that, and I was I couldn't move, and I thought I was gonna pee in my pants because I had to pee. That's why I woke up, and I literally could not move my arms out from under me. I was just I don't know if it was because of it so much pain or if it was pushing on a nerve, but I could not roll, I could not walk, I could not do anything. For maybe half an hour I was stuck like that, and I was just crying. It was terrible. My daughter woke up and she was all worried and didn't know what to do, and I freaked out and I yelled and made her go back to her room. It was a bad time. So we waited until morning. My boyfriend had to take that day off. He took my daughter into daycare for me, and he brought me to the emergency room. That was pretty much a useless appointment. They gave me anxiety medication. They gave me an x-ray, which didn't show much besides disc degeneration, arthritis, and whatever. It didn't show much on there. They couldn't just get me in for an MRI that day. They had me wait till the next available appointment with my doctor to be seen, to get a consult, to then have an MRI. So it was like a couple weeks that it took before I got into the MRI. It was just a horrible situation. Then I think it was at the point that I had to have that MRI that I decided to have gastric bypass, because I kept trying to work out, my back kept going out, and it was so much weight on my back. I thought, gastric bypass will help me lose the weight, and then I will be able to not be in so much pain, which sadly was not the case. The day I actually got home from the hospital from having gastric bypass, my back went out that day. And I think I actually fell at the bottom of my steps, I think like a week before my surgery, and that kind of screwed up my back even more. I'm a giant klutz and I'm always hurting myself, but I would walk down my steps, and I live in an old house, crappy old house, and I guess the pipes had leaked from up by the bathtub through the ceiling and onto the floor, and I didn't know that, and I stepped down with a flip-flop, and like I had one foot on the last step and one foot at the linoleum of the kitchen floor, and my foot just went whew. So I also hurt my knee, and I hurt my back a little bit more. I sprained my ACL, which I didn't go to the doctor for like 3 months. Yeah, that's the kind of person I am. So anyway, my back has been off again, on again, off again, on again, horrible. The last time it went out really bad, it was out for like 6 weeks straight, and it was, I think that was over Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's, I think. And I was into the chiropractor 3-4 times a week during those weeks. They had to start doing the traction table and then adjusting me and then doing the little electrodes on my back. That's what I have to do every time I go in now, to get it to actually kind of stay in place. But yeah, it's just bad. And I guess I didn't know this, but when you lose a lot of weight, it actually can do bad things for your back, because I guess you lose a lot of muscle at the same time. And so I have been in physical therapy. This is like my 4th round now, and we have to work on core strength to build that back up, so hopefully that will be helping. And I just had the steroid injections a week ago yesterday. So today is my first appointment at the chiropractor since the injections. So I'm hoping, I don't know, all of this stuff in combination with each other will be helpful, and I won't be in tons of pain all the time. Pretty much every single day when I get home, anytime I get to actually sit down, I am on my comfy chair with like a pillow behind my back, a pillow under my butt, and a heating pad, because of the fusion of my bottom vertebrae to my sacrum, it makes my tailbone hurt like all the time. Lots of pain all the time. And I try not to take any drugs unless I absolutely have to, because of a lot of reasons. I do not want to be doped up all the time. I do not want to become addicted to medication, and I don't want my body to need the medication to just survive. I do not take anything until I'm at like maybe an 8 or a 9 on the pain threshold. Yeah. Which I told you I have a pretty high pain tolerance. I'm a little bit of a weirdo. I used to have a lot of depression and anxiety even as a kid. And I used to be a cutter, and I used to do like my own piercings. And I come from a very strict, like, religious home where my mom was like, you can't get your ears pierced, you can't, none of that. So I actually, in my freshman year of high school, I was at boarding school. My choice. I wanted to go there. But I pierced my own belly button. Mom couldn't see that. Wouldn't get in trouble for it. And then actually, when I was 19, I pierced my nipples with safety pins. And then I think finally I pierced my ears, and then I pierced up through the cartilage, and I pierced my own tongue like 3 times because I had to take it out for one job, and then I had to take it out another time. I don't remember why. And for surgery maybe or something, and it healed up like super fast. So I've had to pierce and re-pierce that. Like, I can do all that stuff, doesn't bother me. I can handle a lot of pain. But the back stuff has been unbearable. It is nuts. Oh boy. Road closed ahead. Hope I can get to my appointment. I better not be late. Yeah, so there's a little bit of strange knowledge about me that not everybody knows. I have 3 tattoos so far. 3, yes. I have lips on my butt cheek to remind me that if any guy treats me like crap, he can kiss my butt. I've been through a lot of things and a lot of horrible relationships. I have a safety pin going through the bottom of my spine with a little blood dripping down, and that is to represent a lot of things. Part of it is like me doing all my piercings myself with safety pins. Part of it is I was engaged on my 20th birthday, and that was very, very hard for me, and I felt like, you know, it cut straight through my core, my spine, and came out the other side, and I was okay. So it kind of represents those things together. And then I have a very naughty one, which I probably won't tell you what it is, but I can tell you that when I had my C-section, they cut through it, and then she tried to like piece it back together so it would make sense. There are words and a picture. So yeah, she tried to make it back to the best she could afterwards, but it's a little messed up, and I'll probably eventually get that redone once I'm done having kids, or get something done over it. But I loved my tattoo. Yes, so there's some info about me on my way to the chiropractor. I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye. Okay guys, you want to see some of the crappiness that is my really, really old house? Okay, I'll show you some of it. See all that paint that's peeling off, the chunk of siding there that's missing? That is all really old wood. This house is, I don't know, 100 and something years old. You can see, I don't know if you can see up there very good, but all of that wood is yucky. Like just old, crumbly, all the paint's coming off. That is missing. This is just the side of my house. Yeah. Crappy. Let's go to the other side. And right now my house is gonna look like just a white trash house, cause okay, there's my bike. Then we're gonna skip over here, and there's a water heater. That's because our water heater went out like the other weekend and flooded the whole floor, and then that was in our basement. I made him take it out. So these are the aftermath of the flood down there. So that's just sitting there till he can get rid of it, all that crap. But look at that. That part's wood. The rest is like a weird, I don't know, slate type siding. I don't know how to describe it. And my house is super old, it's falling apart, and I hate it.